So good morning. In our last class, we were discussing some of the ideas regarding electric fields. I have told you, whenever a charged particle is placed in the electric field, it is going to experience an electric force given by F is equals to E into Q. So electric field strength, as we know, is defined as force experienced by unit positive test charge placed at the point. Electric field strength is given by E is equals to F by Q naught. The SI unit of electric field strength is Newton per Coulomb. Or you can also express electric field strength as volt per meter. Electric field strength can also be expressed in terms of volt per meter. It has we have derived relationship between electric field and electric potential in the electric potential chapter. We have proved that E is equals to minus dV divided by dx. E is equals to minus dV divided by dx, where E is electric field, dV is electric potential, and dx is the distance. Right? Electric potential is measured in volts, and distance is measured in meter. Electric potential is measured in volts and distance is measured in meter. So electric field can also be expressed as volt per meter. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರೀತಿನೂ ಬರೀಬಹುದು ನೋಡ್ರಿ SI ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ನ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ನೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ದಮ್. E is equals to dV by dx ಅದಲ್ಲ. dV is nothing but electric potential difference. dV is potential difference. Define potential difference. Potential difference is defined as work done to move a charge from one point to another point in the electric field. Work done to move the charge from one point to another point, electric potential difference. W by Q naught divided by dx. Work done W divided by Q naught into dx. Potential can be written as work done by charge. So W divided by Q naught into dx. Work done is measured in joule, charge is measured in coulomb, distance is measured in meter. So electric field can also be expressed in terms of joule per coulomb meter. Joule per coulomb meter, right? So you can express electric field as Newton per coulomb, or volt per meter, or joule per coulomb meter, right? Or you can also write this as joule per coulomb per meter, right? So joule per coulomb per meter, this can also be the SI unit of electric field strength, right? So E formula kuda electric field ge ನೆನಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. E is equals to minus dV divided by dx. Electric field is E is equals to minus dV divided by dx. Or in terms of forces, electric field is E is equals to F divided by Q naught, right? So this is regarding the electric field strength. I have told you, whenever an electric charge is placed in an electric field, it experiences an electric force given by electric force given by F is equals to E into Q naught. F is equals to E into Q naught. This is the electric force experienced by a charged particle placed in the electric field. Now, what is the direction of this force? So, force is a vector quantity. What is the direction of the force experienced by the charged particle? That must be known to you. Suppose if this is the direction of the electric field, and if a positive test charge is placed in the electric field, see, if a positive test charge is placed in the electric field, then this positive test charge will experience force in the direction of the electric field. Electric field ಯಾವ direction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೋ positive test charge ಮೇಲೆ force ಕೂಡ ಅದೇ direction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Under the positive test charge, when placed in the electric field, will move in the direction of the electric field. ಇದನ್ನ force act ಆಗ್ತದೆ and it starts moving in the direction of the electric field. On the other hand, if a negative test charge is placed in the electric field, say minus Q naught is placed in the electric field, then this negative test charge experiences a force in a direction opposite to the direction of the electric field. That means if this is the direction of the electric field, this test charge, if it is negative, will start experiencing force in a direction opposite to the direction of the electric field. electric field ಯಾವ direction ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ opposite direction ಆಗಿ negative test charge force experience ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So a positive test charge always experiences force in the direction of the electric field, and a negative test charge always experiences force in direction opposite to the direction of the electric field. So with respect to a positive test charge, we can always write force and electric field are parallel to each other. The direction of the force and the direction of the electric field are parallel to each other. In the sense, the angle between force and the electric field is zero. The angle between force and the electric field on a positive test charge, or when a positive test charge is placed in the electric field, will be zero. How about the angle between force and the direction of electric field when a negative test charge is placed in the electric field? Angle is represented. What is the angle between force and the electric field when a negative test charge is placed in the electric field? What should be the angle between force and the electric field? Very good. The angle between force and the electric field when a negative test charge is placed in the electric field is 180 degrees. They are anti-parallel. We say the force and electric field are anti-parallel to each other, and we write force is anti-parallel to the direction of the electric field. Minus E ಅಂತ ಬರೀತೀವಿ. F anti-parallel to the direction of the electric field. Right? Initially, or in the first case, when positive test charge is placed in the electric field, force and electric field are in the same direction. When negative test charge is placed in the electric field, force and electric field are in the opposite direction. Sir, it has to see, whenever you draw an electric field line, you must keep this in mind. Electric field line always start at positive charge and end at negative charge. Now, prati sari ಇದು represent ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. Electric field line start ಆಗದೆ positive charge ಇಂದ end ಆಗದೆ negative charge ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ರಿಪಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಆರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಲೈನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇರ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇರ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್. ಈ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಈ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಟು ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್. ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಾರ್ತಿ ಇದು ಬರೆಯಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಹಾಕಿನಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ದಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಅಟ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಅಟ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್. ರೈಟ್? So this is the basic idea regarding electric field strength and force experienced by a charged particle placed in the electric field. Remember the expression for force experienced by a charged particle placed in the electric field. F is equals to E into Q naught. Right? Now we have also studied in the theory part that electric field or electric field strength is a point property. If Q is a source charge placed at point O in vacuum, this source charge will be creating electric field around it. Do you think electric field will be same at each and every point in the region around the source charge? The source charge sutta ella point hatranu electric field same iruthuda? Will the electric field be same at each and every point in the region around the source charge, or it changes antandre due to a point charge electric field will be different at different points? Electric field due to a single point charge depends upon the distance of the point where you are measuring the electric field. See, if I am measuring the electric field at point P, which is at a distance r, electric field at point P due to a source charge Q, which is at a distance r, is given by E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by r square. This is the expression for electric field at a point due to a source charge. E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by r square. This is the electric field due to a point charge in air or vacuum. See, even electric field depends upon the medium in which the charge is placed. When the charge is placed in air or vacuum, then electric field due to this source charge at some point P, which is at a distance r, is E air is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. in case the charge is placed in some medium of dielectric constant K, then E medium is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught K Q by R square. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught K Q by R square. This is electric field at a point in a medium. This is electric field at a point in a medium. Right? So this is regarding electric field due to a source charge at a point when charge is placed in air and when charge is placed in medium. See, you must understand this dielectric constant is a quantity that indicates by what factor electric field at a point is going to change when the charge is placed in a medium. On the charge na medium na ittaga electric field ಎಷ್ಟು change ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎಷ್ಟು decrease ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ indicate ಮಾಡೋದು K is called dielectric constant. If I divide these two, E air divided by E medium ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, if I divide these two, E air divided by E medium, then this will be equal to K. E air by E medium madri, E air by E medium comes out to be equal to K. Electric field in air to electric field in medium is equals to dielectric constant. So I can write electric field in a medium will be equal to electric field due to a point charge in air divided by dielectric constant. So electric field in presence of medium is electric field in presence of air divided by K. Hagadre, what happens to electric field due to a point charge when the charge is placed in medium in comparison to that in air? Air nagiddaga matte medium nagiddaga ಒಂದು charge in the electric field ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ when charge is placed in a medium, what happens to the electric field produced by that medium in comparison to that produced in air, whether it increases or decreases? Electric field in medium is electric field in air divided by K. Electric field in air divided by K ade. Hagadre electric field in medium is increasing or decreasing in comparison with that in air or vacuum? Enagtide? Whether the electric field in presence of medium is increasing or decreasing? Electric field in presence of medium decreases by a factor K. K is called dielectric constant of a medium. You need to remember some dielectric constants. Say dielectric constant for air is 1. Dielectric constant for air is 1. Dielectric constant for water is about 81. Dielectric constant for mica sheet is 6. And dielectric constant for a metal is infinite. Dielectric constant for a metal is infinite. Suppose electric field produced by a charged particle in air is EL. Electric field produced by this charged particle in air is EL. Suppose the same charged particle is placed in some metal, or some metal sheet is now covered around this charge. What happens to the electric field in presence of medium, in presence of this metal sheet or metal medium? What happens to the electric field in presence of this metal medium? I have now covered this charge by a metal medium on its four sides. Dielectric constant for metal is infinity. Again, what should be the electric field in presence of a metal medium? Electric field in presence of metal medium, E medium is equal to E air divided by K. E air divided by infinity. Anything divided by infinity would be 0. Anything divided by infinity would be 0. So, if the charged particle is covered on its four sides by a metal medium, then the electric field produced by this charge becomes 0. Right? So, My point is, you must understand that electric field is a point property. It changes from point to point due to a source charge. Electric field at a distance 1 centimeter will be E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by 1 centimeter whole square. At distance 2 centimeter, 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by 2 centimeter whole square. 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter whole square. So with the distance, electric field due to a point charge changes, right? So in air it is 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by R square, and in medium it is 1 by 4 pi epsilon K Q by R square. If we compare electric field in air and electric field in medium, E air by E medium is equals to K. Try to make use of this relationship whenever necessary. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ E air E medium ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ K find out ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ E air K ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ E medium find out ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, E medium K ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ E air find out ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, right? So E air by E medium is equals to K. So E medium is equals to E air divided by K. E medium is equals to E air divided by K. So I can now conclude that electric field in presence of medium will be less than electric field in presence of air or vacuum. Electric field in presence of medium will be less than electric field in presence of air or vacuum. So this is regarding electric field. And you can also observe how does the electric field depend upon the distance of the point. See, electric field due to a point charge is inversely proportional to square of the distance of the point. Electric field due to a point charge is inversely proportional to square of the distance of the point. As the distance of the point increases from the source charge in the point dura ಹೋದಂಗೆಲ್ಲ electric field strength goes on decreasing. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ P1 is close to source charge, P2 is at large distance from the source charge. As distance of the point from the source charge increases, electric field decreases. So electric field is inversely proportional to the square of the distance, right? So if we compare two electric fields, E1 divided by E2, E is inversely proportional to R square. So E1 by E2 can be written as R2 by R1 whole square. E1 must be inversely proportional to R1 square. E2 must be inversely proportional to R2 square. So E1 by E2 can be written as R2 by R1 whole square. E1 by E2 can be written as R2 by R1 whole square, because electric field is inversely proportional to square of the distance. E1 must be inversely proportional to R1 square. E2 must be inversely proportional to R2 square. Is that right? So electric field due to a point charge is given by E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by R square. Idu air athwa vacuum olaga. Medium nagaru 1 by 4 pi epsilon K Q by R square. Try to make use of these relationships whenever necessary. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಜನರಲಿ ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ನ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೂರು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬರಬಹುದು. ಮೂರು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ, particularly positive charged particles. One is deuteron, the other is alpha particle, and the other is proton. Deuteron, alpha particle and a proton. ಈ ಮೂರು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಈ ಮೂರು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಡ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್, alpha particle, and then proton, right? All three particles are positively charged. Deuteron has got a positive charge of +1e. Alpha particle has got positive charge of +2e, and proton has got positive charge of +1e, where E is equals to 1.6 into 10 to the power of -19 coulomb. Basic elementary charge. Deuteron has got positive charge of +1e, alpha particle has positive charge of +2e, and proton has positive charge of +1e. Mass of deuteron is 2 times mass of proton. Mass of deuteron is 2 times mass of proton. Mass of alpha particle is 4 times mass of proton. ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅದರ ಮಾಸ್ ಇರಲೇಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. ಚಾರ್ಜ್ cannot exist without mass. ಡ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಎಷ್ಟಿರಬೇಕು? 2 mp. What is mass of neutron? 2 mp. Mass of alpha particle is 4 mp. Mass of proton is of course mp. 1 mp. mp is equals to 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kg. This is mass of one proton. Mass of one proton is 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kg. So deuteron plus 1 e charge, alpha particle plus 2 e charge, proton plus 1 e charge. Mass of deuteron is 2 mp, mass of alpha particle is 4 mp, mass of proton is 1 mp. ಇದನ್ನ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈ ಮೂರೇ ಮೂರು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಾರಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕೇಳೋದು. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನ ಈ ಮೂರು ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಅವೆ. ಡ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್, ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್. ರೈಟ್? ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಮ್. ಡ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ, ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದೆ, ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ. ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್, ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್. ರೈಟ್? Try to remember that. Now, after all understanding this, we will try to understand motion of charged particle in the electric field. Motion of a charged particle. Motion of a charged particle in uniform electric field. See, we know the definition of uniform electric field. An electric field is said to be uniform electric field if the strength of the electric field is same at each and every point. Strength of the electric field is same at each and every point, and the direction of electric field is also the same at each and every point. Uniform electric field is generally represented by equispaced parallel lines. This is represented uniform electric field. This is uniform electric field. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬಬಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಬಬಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. This represents a region of uniform electric field. This is a region of uniform electric field. Suppose a charged particle is placed in this electric field. We know whenever a charged particle is placed in the electric field, it experiences an electric force. Correct alla? Adra mele electric force act adre adu rest nage irtada, move agtada. Iga suppose here is a region of electric field. I am placing this charged particle at rest in the electric field. Initially the charged particle is kept at rest in the electric field. Now the charged particle continues to remain at rest, or it experiences a force and starts moving in the electric field. ಇದು ಹೀಗೆ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತಾ, ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ? ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಸ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ in the direction of the electric field. Electric field direction ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅದೇ direction of force experience ಮಾಡಿ ಅದೇ direction of move ಆಗ್ತದೆ. If the charged particle is negative, it experiences force in direction opposite to the direction of the electric field. So we will suppose initially the charge is at rest. Initially the charge is at rest. Andre its initial velocity is 0, u is equals to 0. Initially the charged particle is placed in the electric field at rest. Now it experiences an electric force. F is equals to E into Q. This is the force experienced by this charged particle Q placed in the electric field. So force act at the electric charge ಮೇಲೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. When placed in the electric field, the force that is acting on the charge is F is equals to E into Q. Force act ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ the charged particle starts accelerating. Whenever a force acts on a body, the body starts accelerating. Body move ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಾರದು. ಇದರ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು? 0 ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಇದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? 0 ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು 10 meter per second or 20 meter per second ಆಯ್ತು. ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಟೈಮ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ. At time t is equals to 0, the particle was at rest, its initial velocity was 0. At time t is equals to 2 seconds, its velocity is observed to be 10 meter per second. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ with time, velocity of the particle is changing. Change in velocity with respect to time is nothing but acceleration. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ charged particle placed in the electric field experiences a force F is equals to E into Q and gets accelerated. What is the acceleration of the charged particle? Acceleration of the charged particle placed in the electric field. Next acceleration is the Newton's second law in the F is equals to m into a, force is equals to mass into acceleration. So acceleration A is equals to F by m. A is equals to F by m. F is known to us. What is the electric force experienced by the charged particle? ಎಷ್ಟು force act ಆಗ್ತದೆ? EQ divided by m. This is the acceleration of the charged particle placed in the electric field. Whenever a charged particle is placed in the electric field, it experiences an electric force F is equals to EQ. Because of this electric force, there comes an acceleration in the charged particle. Acceleration in the charged particle can be calculated using Newton's second law. F is equals to ma. So A is equals to F by m. F will EQ divided by m. E is the strength of electric field. Q is the charged particle. Charge of the particle, and m is the mass of the charged particle. Alpha particle ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ acceleration of alpha particle ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಿರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ q ಇರಲಿ 2e ಹಾಕಿ, m ಇರಲಿ 4mt ಹಾಕಿ. acceleration of deuteron ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ q ಇರಲಿ +1e, m ಇರಲಿ 2mt, mass of deuteron is 2 times mass of proton. acceleration of proton ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ charge ಇರಲಿ 1e, m ಇರಲಿ mt, mass of proton. So this is the acceleration of the charged particle. Is the acceleration of the charged particle clear? Acceleration of the charged particle clear? Acceleration of the charged particle. Because the charged particle experiences a force, it will have some definite acceleration. Okay. Ega, whether this acceleration will be uniform or non-uniform, adun decide ಮಾಡಿ. Whether the acceleration is uniform or non-uniform. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ನಾವು ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅದೇ ಅಂದ್ರೆ at each and every point the strength of the electric field is going to remain constant. E is going to remain constant. Charge on particle will remain constant. Mass of charged particle also remains constant. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ EQ by m remains constant all the time. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ acceleration set up in the charged particle placed in uniform electric field is uniform acceleration. The acceleration ಏನದಲ್ಲ, this is uniform acceleration because E is not changing, Q is not changing, M is not changing. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ because the acceleration of the charged particle placed in uniform electric field is uniform acceleration, equations of motion can be used in this condition. You can use the equations of motion for describing the motion of charged particle. First year na kartirala equations of motion. S is equals to ut plus half at square, v is equals to u plus at, v square is equals to u square plus 2as, sn is equals to u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. ಇವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Because the acceleration of the charged particle is uniform, you can make use of equations of motion for describing the motion of the charged particle in uniform electric. ಅವನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ we will ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. force EQ, acceleration is EQ by m. Suppose the charged particle is initially at rest. Suppose electric field ಈಗ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. electric field ಇನ್ನ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, electric field ಆಫ್ ಅದೆ. initially charged particle is at rest. Now we will on the electric field. Electric field on ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ electric charge experiences a force, starts accelerating. Initial velocity ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು? 0 ಇತ್ತು. Can we calculate final velocity after time t? Initially at t is equals to 0, at t is equals to 0, its initial velocity was 0. Can we calculate the velocity of this charged particle after time t? Calculate ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ we can calculate final velocity of the charged particle can be calculated. Nodri, we have v is equals to u plus at. Initial velocity is 0, so v is equals to a into ti. V is equals to, we know what is the acceleration of the charged particle. Acceleration of the charged particle is eq by m. Acceleration of the charged particle is eq by m. So eq divided by m into t. So what will be the velocity of this charged particle after time t antandre? Velocity of this charged particle after time t is eq by m into t. At time t is equals to 0 ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ time t is equals to 0 ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ initial velocity ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, right? So velocity of the charged particle placed in uniform electric field after time t will be eq by m into t. This is the velocity of the charged particle placed in the electric field after a duration of time t, right? This is velocity. We'll erase this diagram and put it in. Okay. Hagadre, can we calculate displacement of the charged particle after time t? Displacement of charge after time t. ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ, whenever charged particle is placed in uniform electric field, electric force acts on it and the charged particle starts accelerating in the direction of the electron. Hagadre, what is the displacement of the charged particle in t seconds? T seconds nage ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ charged particle ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ ಅಂತ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Displacement can be calculated using the formula S is equals to ut plus half at square. Displacement of the charged particle in t seconds. S is equals to ut plus half at square. Ut is 0 because initial velocity is 0, 0, everything is 0. S is equals to half. Acceleration of charged particle is known to us. eq by m. Acceleration of charged particle A is equals to eq by m, where eq is the force, m is the mass, right? eq by m into t square. eq by m into t square. Displacement of the charged particle is half eq by m into t square. From this we can notice that displacement of the charged particle is proportional to square of the time. Electric field is uniform, constant. Charge of the particle is going to remain constant. Mass of the charged particle is going to remain constant. Half is constant. So displacement is going to depend upon time. How does displacement depend upon time? And the displacement is directly proportional to square of the time. Does velocity depend upon time? Yes, velocity is directly proportional to time. E constant, q constant, m constant. So velocity is directly proportional to time. More is the time for which particle moves, more is the velocity of the charged particle, or more will be the final velocity. Displacement time. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದ? This is becoming bit faster. ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು? Initial velocity 0, final velocity eq by m into t. Displacement S is equals to ut plus half at square use ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ half eq by m into t square. Displacement is proportional to t square. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ you can even calculate momentum of the charged particle. Momentum ಕೂಡ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ನೋಡ್ರಿ. Momentum of the charged particle is P is equals to m into v. Momentum is defined as product of mass and velocity, m into v. P is equals to mass times, we know what is velocity of the charged particle after time t. ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತದೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ velocity. eq by m into t. This is the momentum of the charged particle m and m cancel ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ. So p is equals to eqt. This is the momentum of the charged particle of time t. Can you tell me what is the initial momentum of the charged particle? Initial momentum of the charged particle ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ momentum of the charged particle at t is equals to 0. Can you tell me what is the initial momentum of the charged particle? Initial momentum is 0. Very good. Initial momentum is 0. What is momentum after time t? eq. Impulse ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ. ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಂಪಲ್ಸ್. A large force acting for a short duration of time is called impulse. Impulse. This is generally represented by J. Impulse is defined as change in momentum. Impulse is change in momentum. What is the final momentum? eqt. What was the initial momentum of the charged particle? 0. So final momentum minus initial momentum is eqt. So momentum as well as impulse are the same, eqt. Momentum of the charged particle placed in electric field is eqt. Impulse is also eqt. See, charged particle ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ನಾಗಿತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಈ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತದೆ. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಸ್ ಎ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್. ಎ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಂಪಲ್ಸ್. ದ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಸ್ ದಟ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಇಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ eqt ಅಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ.